Well, it looks like things just got worse for the Los Angeles Clippers because now Mason Plumlee, their really good backup center, and sometimes I think he actually plays better than Zubac overall. But he's going to be out for a while, and the reports are saying that with the MCL sprain that he has, he's going to be out for multiple months, at least 2. And there's some rumblings around the team on some things I was reading. You could check out in Hoop Rumors, and you could check out a couple other sites about it as well, about Mason Plumlee and his injury, and also ESPN, I believe. But either way, I've been hearing some things and reading some things also about, the Clippers looking into getting another center. And the center I heard was Daniel Tice, and he's actually a backup center on the Indiana Pacers. I can tell you now, I don't know. I'm gonna say this: if that's the route they have to go, then do it. You know what I'm saying? But from what I see and read, also the Clippers are kind of hesitant. You know what I'm saying? Kind of to do it. I mean, well, maybe the Clippers are not hesitant. Excuse me. The Indiana Pacers are kind of hesitant to do it. They're just basically listening to the Clippers' offer to see if they're willing to go that route, with the Clippers or anything. So that might be at a standstill, or that might not even actually transpire, based upon, the reports I was reading and stuff. But I mean, either way, it's going to be tough for the Clippers here on out because you don't have no size in the paint where, you can really bother teams. Zubac is not out rebounding anybody. He's not playing to that level that a lot of people told me that he could. And I told him, I said, yeah, the people I know, I told them, I said, yeah, he could play at that level, but it's never going to be consistent because, by now in his career, he is what he is. He's not going to elevate really no higher, no better. He's just right at that level, and he's not going anywhere higher. You see what I'm saying? And as a player, he's a good finesse player, but you need somebody that's more mannish down there in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing boards, boxing out well. And I mean, not only Zubac, can do that. I'm not just putting it all on him because other players on the team can do the same thing. You got a lot of lengthy wing defenders and, like that. So, rebounds, a lot of that goes into effort too. So, I mean, not just blaming Zubac only, but I mean, as a team, they're just not, figuring it out right now. But, I tell you, Ty Lue said about 10 games he'll figure it out. In 10 games, they can't go 0-10. I can tell you that now because they're going to be in a world of trouble if they go down that far. So, I mean, they better try to win one of these games that they really should win, so they wouldn't put themselves in a tough position. Because, I mean, you played three teams that you possibly could beat. Now, Dallas was tough. They're a good team, but really Dallas doesn't even have any they don't have any defense. I mean, you could score on Dallas as much as you want. I mean, as bad as the Clippers lost that game, they still scored 126 points. They still scored a lot of points. So, I mean, Dallas is not that defensive type guru or lockdown type team where you can't get off on them. You know what I'm saying? You just have to make sure you lock down some of their other pieces, you know what I'm saying, and keep things on the up and up. And let Luka score 50 and, hopefully you hold Kyrie or let one of their star players go off and not have both of them have, great games. Then you'll find yourself in a better position to win. But, right now, when I look at the Clippers, I mean, as a team, it just looks like the small ball lineup, that package that, Ty Lue has is just not going to work this way. And hopefully he doesn't be stubborn and leave it this way long enough for this team to, fall even more games or lose even more games. Because remember, you got to try to stay up in the conference. You got to try to, remember about seeding and where you are. And, the playoffs, you don't want to be fighting your way through the play-in tournament, trying to get all the way to the finals. And it's just going to be a lot. So, I mean, you got to think about the seeding and, your win-loss record too. So hopefully Ty Lue, hopefully, start shaking the lineup a little bit more. I don't know how much he's going to get out of, switching up lineups, though, at this point, because they're so undersized right now. Like, they're getting out-rebounded damn near by every team they're playing. And if they're not getting out-rebounded, I mean, the other team is getting crucial rebounds in the fourth quarter or crucial rebounds at times when the Clippers go on a hiatus of scoring and the other team goes on a run and the Clippers really just can't find a way to catch back up. You see what I'm saying? It's been like that the last couple games, and it's just it's just not the formula. And this is why I said, the Clippers really, I think they really made a mistake because, I mean, I think they were just fine without James Harden. And I'm not blaming all James Harden because he's not playing bad. But what the Clippers gave up and Nicholas Batum and Robert Covington, that's length. That's guys getting extra rebounds for you. That's guys doing the dirty work that, the star players don't have to do really, even though Kawhi Leonard, and PG, they do the dirty work. They do dirty work as well, but they work well together as a unit that way. And that's what I'm saying. It's like this team to me is torn down or they done got knocked down a notch because it's like now the continuity that you guys were building, you traded away Batum and them, and even Marcus Morris. I mean, I wasn't the biggest Marcus Morris fan, but he was a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? He was, he was a part of the culture. I mean, even him coming off the bench, giving you a few minutes and stuff like that, he gives you a little bit of physicality. You know what I'm saying? He gives you a little bit of grit, and Rocco gave you that defense whenever he was out there. Making things happen. Being a good on-ball defender, can guard the 5 position, can go up and get rebounds. Nicholas Batum, can guard the one position 1 through 5. Anybody you need him to check or be on, he can cause problems with them. And like I said, he's a knockdown shooter. He's a lethal shooter at times still. You know what I'm saying? So somebody like Nicholas Batum, they really could have used in the game in Dallas because Nicholas Batum always usually has good games versus Dallas, or most of the time he did. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you lost some pieces in getting James Harden that's really making it difficult for the Clippers right now. And remember, you came into this season saying that you're going to, focus on the regular season, this and that. That's fine. But focusing on the regular season involves winning too. And like I said, you can't fall too far behind the seedings. Even though it's a long season, it doesn't matter. If a team is like 3-9 or 3-12 or something like that, hypothetically, that how hard that is to actually make all that up, come back and win all those games, and then get in position to try to make the playoffs. It's still hard, even though it's like 70 games left. It doesn't matter. That's still a hard thing to do because this is the NBA. It's hard to win any given night. Any given team could beat you. So it's like, and you being a good team, teams want to make an example out of you anyway. So that's my point. Like, it's hard to win. I mean, I know the great players a lot of times make it look easy, but there's also times where great players don't make it look so easy. That's why they go through struggles in their career and, losing streaks and stuff like that. So it's difficult. So when you're down like that, it's really a uphill climb is very hard to do. And that's the reason why I said, the Clippers are going to have to go out and find somebody because also, like in the reports and when I was reading as well, it said something about, people on the inside where the Clippers organization thinking he might not come back. I'm talking about Mason Plumlee. He might not come back right before the end of the season based upon what they're hearing. So maybe that 2 months is, maybe that's approximate. Maybe that's what they're hoping, that he'll come back in 2 months and he'll be okay to, come back and try to, contribute to the team. But more than likely, it's probably going to be a little bit longer, based upon, how the reports are having different, insights and things like that. So, I mean, it doesn't look like anything definite, like 2 months specifically. It's like 2 months plus is basically what, some of the reports are putting out there. So it's like, if that's the case, then they're going to have to get another backup center. But like I said, it isn't much out there. And Daniel Tice, like, he doesn't even play. Like, they're not even using him on Indiana right now. Like, he's not even getting no playing time, basically. So, I mean, what he has to offer to a team that's trying to win a championship, I just don't know. Hopefully, maybe he would be like, Isaiah Hartenstein or something like that a couple years ago on the Clippers. But, I'm not sure how much he can give. He's not even running. He's not even getting no playing time. So that means he ain't got no rhythm. So he would come on the team and maybe he would contribute energy wise, but I don't know how much he'd be able to contribute overall. I mean, he was decent on the Boston Celtics when I seen him a couple years ago. But he wasn't nobody that would stand out to you, or nobody that would, really make a impact like that. Not really. I mean, Al Horford was outplaying him, and Al Horford was old a couple years ago. He's even older now. But I mean, that's my point. Like, I'm not sure about that one, but if that's the only route the Clippers can go, then you got to go for it. You got to go after it, because you got to have somebody back there that maybe bring a little bit of energy or something, because, you're getting out rebounded by teams that really I think you should still beat, even if they do out rebound you, because you have more offensive talent and you got more ways to attack them than they can attack you. Maybe besides the Dallas Mavericks, but I mean, other than that, really them too. You got two other star players in Russ and Harden. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, the Clippers, they're in a world of trouble, if you ask me, but maybe they'll find a way to, piece things together. It's still early, but it looks like it's getting late for them, specifically. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments, and we'll talk about it.